Hey, Dan Passarelli here. Happy Friday. My voice is almost starting to come back. Hopefully by Monday it will. Man alive, did you see the headline on the close of business today? This was the longest winning streak in over 20 years. Oh my gosh, everything is sunshine and roses. Well, it turns out this is 9 up days in a row, which somehow makes it the longest winning streak in 2 decades. I question that, but that's what the CNBC headline was. And even if it's true, big freaking deal. What does that really mean? It kind of reminds me of 2 weeks ago when every headline was talking about the end of the world, right? Every, bank was talking, they had somebody being quoted talking about how, it's a 50% recession, everything's getting worse, I'm all in cash, blah, blah, blah. And what did I say? Market's not going to go down forever. And hey, you know what? We've got some sort of reprieve here, right? Right now, all the headlines are, oh my gosh, everything's great, everything's wonderful. And you know what? 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, the market's going to be a lot higher than it is right now. But there's still a lot of things that have to get worked out. I'm very, very hopeful that they get worked out and get worked out soon. But there's still a lot of things that have to get worked out. So I'm not necessarily fading this rally, because if some loose ends get tied up like over the weekend, we actually could have some pretty strong follow through here. But just trying to be a realist, because that's what you have to be as an investor and as a trader, right? We don't let hope and emotions or fear and emotions get in the way of our trading or our investing. And it just seems like lately the negative headlines were much more negative than they needed to be. The positive headlines feel like they're a little more positive than reality actually reflects, right? In reality, we're grinding some stuff out. We're getting some good news. We're getting some not as good news. And so I'm just going to repeat what I've been saying. I believe that volatility is going to continue. This volatility has continued to the upside, and it's been really strong. 9 up days in a row, and it might continue to the upside, but I think we're going to continue seeing this volatility. The VIX is still at a 22.63 here on the close. I was looking at some straddles. I actually did buy a straddle in an individual stock earlier today, Palantir, which has earnings coming out. It's sort of a earnings play / I hope to sell off half of it after or around earnings and maybe hold on to the other half after. But getting even closer to that straddle buying extravaganza that I talked about. I actually started sizing it up in SPY today. It's not quite there to my liking just yet, but I'll tell you what, if next week we see the VIX come off a little bit more, I think we're going to see the volatility buying opportunity of a lifetime. Well, there's some food for thought for the weekend. Hope that helps. This is Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart.